Main characters: Ethan, a curious and brave 12-year-old boy who loves stars and science. He's smart and a good problem solver. Mia, Ethan's smart and cautious best friend. She loves researching and using logic to find answers. Jake, Ethan's adventurous and fun-loving buddy. He's always up for an exciting challenge. Mr. Crowley, a wise old man, and the town's radio operator. He helps the kids understand the message they receive. Story. In the quaint mountain town of Pinewood, nestled amidst tall trees and cozy cabins, lived a curious 12-year-old boy named Ethan. Ethan had a deep fascination with stars and space, spending countless hours gazing at the night sky and listening to his trusty old radio. He hoped to one day discover a mysterious signal from distant galaxies. One evening, as the rain tapped softly against his window, Ethan sat in his room, engrossed in his hobby. Suddenly, the faint static of the radio transformed into a loud crackle, jolting him from his thoughts. Turning the dial, he noticed strange symbols and numbers dancing across the screen. Puzzled and intrigued, he recorded the unusual transmission onto his phone. The next day at school, during their lunch break, Ethan excitedly shared his discovery with his two best friends, Mia and Jake. They huddled together in the school science club room, poring over Ethan's recording. "Wow, this sounds like some kind of secret code," Mia remarked, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Maybe aliens are trying to talk to us," Jake suggested with a grin, always eager for an adventure. Intrigued by the possibility of an extraterrestrial connection, the friends decided to decode the mysterious message during their afternoon study session. They pored over books and scoured the internet searching for any clues. Meanwhile, the radio continued to emit the bizarre signals, creating an eerie atmosphere that added to the intrigue of the enigma they were trying to solve. Finally, after hours of relentless research, Mia stumbled upon a breakthrough. "I think I found something," she exclaimed, her voice filled with excitement. These symbols seem similar to an ancient Sumerian language. As the days went by, the message became an obsession for the inquisitive trio. They continued to decode the Sumerian script and discovered a chilling warning embedded in the cryptic words. It was a message from an ancient civilization known as the Zyrians, urging the recipients to not disturb their slumber. Determined to uncover the truth behind the Zyrians, the children delved deeper into their research, unearthing tales of a hidden society that thrived in Pinewood centuries ago. According to local folklore, the Zyrians possessed advanced knowledge and technology that allowed them to communicate with beings from other dimensions. However, when the townspeople discovered their activities, they were driven underground, leaving behind only whispers of their existence. As the friends pieced together the fragments of the Zyrian past, they realized that the message they had received was a desperate attempt to prevent their awakening. Legend spoke of a powerful artifact known as the Star Key, which the Zyrians used to maintain a veil between our world and the ethereal realm from which they had come. But somehow, the Star Key had been lost, allowing a portal to open and unleash shadowy beings upon the unsuspecting town. With each passing day, the unsettling presence of the shadows grew stronger. They appeared at the edge of vision, casting ominous silhouettes that seemed to drain the warmth and joy from Pinewood. Fear began to grip the townspeople, turning their once friendly community into a place of suspicion and worry. To protect their town and uncover the truth behind the Zyrian prophecy, Ethan, Mia, and Jake embarked on a quest to locate the Star Key, before it fell into the wrong hands. Their search led them to the town's aging library, where they met Mr. Crowley, a reclusive man who served as the town's radio operator. Despite his gruff exterior, Mr. Crowley possessed a vast knowledge of local lore and agreed to assist the children in their search. Together, they explored forgotten archives and cryptic texts, piecing together clues that hinted at the Star Key's whereabouts. As they delved deeper into the mystery, they uncovered a hidden passage within the library walls, leading them to an underground chamber filled with Zyrian artifacts. Among them was a journal detailing the origins of the Star Key and its immense power. According to the journal, the Star Key was not merely an object but a conduit to higher consciousness, capable of bridging the realms of the living and the dead. The Zyrians had used it to communicate with benevolent interdimensional beings who had shared their advanced knowledge with them. But the allure of such power proved too tempting for some, and a faction of the Zyrians sought to harness its full potential, opening a portal to the ethereal realm and bringing forth entities that fed on human emotions. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Ethan, Mia and Jake raced against time to prevent the shadows from fully awakening and plunging Pinewood into darkness. Armed with the knowledge gleaned from the Zyrian texts, they devised a plan to seal the portal using the Star Key and restore balance to their town. Their efforts culminated in a dramatic showdown atop a hill overlooking Pinewood. With the help of Mr. Crowley and the townspeople who had rallied to support them, the children confronted the shadows. The battle raged, and it seemed as though the forces of darkness would prevail. But just when all hope seemed lost, Ethan remembered the words inscribed on the Star Key. With unity and courage, we shall overcome the darkness and bring light back to Punt. Reciting the words aloud, Ethan activated the key's full power, bathing the town in a brilliant light that drove back the shadows. The portal began to close, and with it, the threat of the Zyrians' malevolent extra-dimensional allies receded. As peace returned to Pinewood, Ethan, Mia, and Jake were hailed as heroes. They had saved their town from an ancient evil and restored harmony to its people. However, they knew that the true victory lay in their own growth and the strength of their friendship. In the aftermath, Ethan reflected on the profound impact of their adventure. He had not only discovered a fascinating piece of history, but also learned the importance of bravery, compassion, and unity. The ordeal had brought the community together and reminded him that even in the face of fear, hope could prevail. As the years passed, the memory of the Zyrian incident faded into local legend, but the bond forged by Ethan, Mia, and Jake remained strong. They carried the lessons learned from their extraordinary adventure, knowing that true heroism lay not in superpowers, but in the courage that resided within every human heart. And so, life returned to normal in Pinewood, or at least it seemed. For those who dared to listen closely to the whispers on the wind or the crackling of the radio static, they could still hear echoes of the ancient Zyrians and the tale of the Star Key that bound Pinewood's spate to the mysteries of the cosmos. Perhaps there were more adventures yet to come, more secrets waiting to be unearthed in their seemingly peaceful towns. And perhaps Ethan, Mia, and Jake would once again find themselves drawn into a world where shadows danced at the edge of perception and the boundaries between dimensions blurred.